In the dusty world of the American frontier, the most famous sharpshooter in American history was a petite woman who could split a playing card edgewise at 30 paces, hit the flame off a candle without melting the wax, and nail a dime tossed in the air 6 times before it hit the ground. Her real name was Phoebe Ann Mosey, but the world called her Annie Oakley. Born in 1860 in rural Ohio, Phoebe Ann Mosey was born into crushing poverty. With 7 mouths to feed and no father to help, 8-year-old Annie grabbed a rifle and became the family's hunter. She learned to hit with deadly accuracy that would define her life. By her teens, she was so good that she was selling game to restaurants in Cincinnati, earning enough to pay off her family's mortgage. In 1875, 15-year-old Annie entered a shooting competition against Frank Butler, a traveling marksman and entertainer performing in Cincinnati. The match was simple, 25 shots at clay pigeons. Butler missed his 25th shot, Annie didn't miss a single one. Instead of anger, Frank felt something else entirely, admiration. Not only had she won the competition, but she had also won Frank Butler's heart. They married a year later, beginning one of the most remarkable partnerships in entertainment history. After their marriage, Annie and Frank began performing together. But audiences only had eyes for Annie, her marksmanship defied belief. Word spread about the girl who could outshoot any man. In 1882, she became Annie Oakley, with Frank as her manager, recognizing his wife's once-in-a-lifetime talent. In 1885, Annie and Frank joined Buffalo Bill Cody's Wild West show, and Annie became its brightest star. She could hit a cigarette from her husband's lips and nail cork bottles while riding a galloping horse. Chief Sitting Bull, who also performed in the show, was so impressed by her ability and character that he adopted her as his daughter, giving her the name Watanya Cecilia, Little Sure Shot. She became America's first female superstar. Annie Oakley was far more than an entertainer. She was a pioneering advocate for women's rights, teaching over 15,000 women how to handle firearms for self-protection. Then disaster struck. A train wreck in 1901 should have ended everything, partially paralyzing her. But she returned to performing, proving that her spirit was as unbreakable as her aim was true. Annie Oakley died in 1926 at age 66, but her story had already transcended reality. She had transformed from a poverty-stricken Ohio farm girl into an international icon, proving that extraordinary skill could overcome any circumstance. Annie Oakley made sure the whole world heard her shots, and they're still echoing today.